There are a few episodes of My Little Pony that caused controversy for many bizarre reasons. So much that the most hardcore fans were shocked. And today, I will reveal to you the 10 most controversial episodes. So stick till the end of this video so you get the full picture of the thing. Hey beautiful people, I'm Julie and today I'll show you guys a not so cute side of My Little Pony. Talking about some episodes that are controversial and some that were even cancelled or changed. Let's check it out to see what happened in each one of these episodes that were a mark on the series. The Last Roundup. Let's begin with the Last Roundup from the second season. This episode is famous for introducing the character Derpy Hoofs, a character who became a fan favorite very quickly. But at the same time, the way that Derpy was presented caused some controversy. At the beginning, she had a voice and traits that some people thought were offensive, like if they stereotyped people with deficiencies. The confusion was so big that Hasbro decided to redub Derpy and change her appearance in the future episodes. That split the fans. Some thought that it was a necessary change, but others were bummed by this, thinking that it was some sort of censorship and that they took away from the character's personality, which was one of a kind. What do you think? Leave your opinion in the comments, I'll read them all. Feeling Pinky Queen. Now we enter an episode from the first season. This episode seemed fine, but ended up causing a heavy discussion among the fans because of the message in it. Basically, it kinda says that blind faith represented by Pinkie Pie is more important than science and logic. Twilight Sparkle, who is the nerdy pony, loves science and does everything to understand what is this feeling. But in the end, she just accepts it and leave it like that. A lot of people didn't take it, thinking the episode was delivering a wrong message, saying that you need to accept things as they are, without questioning. The discussion was really hated, raising questions about what series really wanted to say, and if it was discouraging critical thinking. Imagine a toddler telling a mom that it will rain because her hair moved in a weird way, and that's because she saw it in a pony cartoon. I would for sure be worried and would limit what this child was watching. The Mysterious M Dowell. Now let's talk about the Mysterious M Dowell. Also from season 2. This episode made the fans really split up. In it, Rainbow Dash starts to get nosy and her friends create a secret identity to give her a lesson about humility. But the way that they do it basically is by publicly shaming her, and it wasn't received so well by the fans. The episode was criticized by, suggesting humiliating people in public is a nice way to deal with their big ego. And that's in a kid's show. So that sounded really weird. People debated a lot about the value of humbleness and if the method that her friends found to tell Rainbow Dash about her problem was really a good method. I mean, they even created a false identity to make this happen. Really messed up. One bad apple. This episode from season 3 also was really commented around. This episode deals about bullying, which is a really important matter, but the problem was the solution that the Cutie Mark Crusaders found to deal with it. They retaliated Babseed. A lot of people thought that this wasn't efficient and even problematic, given the idea that revenge is the solution for bullying wasn't well received. Mainly because the parents were worried because of these things that their children were learning. In the end, Babs really redeems herself and everything gets fine, but the fact that the protagonist chose to fight back instead of finding help left many people uncomfortable. And do you know what made me even more uncomfortable? Seeing you watch the video until here and not leaving a like. Fame and misfortune. Now let's talk about a really controversial one from season 7, which is, in my opinion, one of the most polemic episodes in the whole series. Basically, this episode was a satire from the creators towards the fans, pointing their fingers to the faces of really obsessed and reactive people. In the episode, the main characters publish a book about their adventures, but soon realized that the readers started to criticize them all for small things and by destroying distorting things that they said. This criticism was taken by many people as a direct message to the pony fans community, where these hated discussions about little details in the story were really common. Some fans liked the episode and thought it was a really good reminder to not take everything so serious, but others were super offended, thinking that the creators were trying to silence the true criticism. This episode was so debated that it became one of the most commented on the show, the Cutie Remark. Now let's talk about the Cutie Remark, which is the season 5 finale. The episode caused this biggest fight in the community because of Starlight Glimmer's redemption. During this season, Starlight was a mighty and manipulative villain who almost destroyed Equestria in search of revenge. But in the end, she is forgiven really quickly and is accepted in the main characters group. A lot of people thought that she was forgiven really easily, considering what she had done. The lack of serious consequences for her actions generated some hated debates about justice and redemption in the series. Like some fans who thought that the message that the series was delivering about dealing with bad stuff was wrong. Like, you go there, almost wipe out the planet, messes with time and space, and that's fine, because of power of friendship and blah blah blah. Weird to say the least. Twilight's Kingdom. The ending of season 4 brought us an episode that left some people worried. This episode was more intense and violent than normal for the My Little Pony standards, and this made some parents and young fans worried. The drastic change in the series tone is seen as inadequate for the target audience. And then criticism started about the way that the series is heading. The battle between Twilight and Tyrik was visually epic and awesome, but the intensity of the fight, including all the destruction that it caused, made people wonder if the series was moving away from that friendly and light tone that it always had. The discussion was about finding balance between a great action scene and maintaining it free for all ages to watch. But honestly, I miss some moments like that throughout the series. Sometimes it's great to have a little bit of free violence on television. A Canterlot Wedding. Canterlot Wedding from season 2's finale brought some new problems. The episode introduces some important characters like Princess Cadence and Shining Armor, but with no mention to them prior. Some fans were mad because it messes with the story continuity, then all of the sudden they reveal that Twilight Sparkle has a brother, something that was never mentioned before, and the more hardcore fans were really obsessed with this, feeling that the series forced some new elements without worrying about the consistency of the narrative. This caused some general discomfort among those who were caught off the series details. Little did they know that this was going to happen a lot from now on. Daring Don't. Now let's talk about the 4th season. This episode divided the fans' opinions when it was revealed that Daring Do, the fictional book character that Rainbow Dash likes, is actually a real pony. A lot of people thought that this reveal was totally unnecessary, taking away all the charm of the character being just a literature figure. Daring Do was Rainbow Dash's inspiration, and turning her into a real character made some fans think that this broke the concept of fantasy and escapism of her books represented. Besides that, the fact that Daring Do experiences real-life adventures instead of being just a fictional character caused a lot of debate around this character in the series. And was it really necessary? I don't know. I think that sometimes people nitpick a little. But what do you think? Was the character ruined for you too? Comment down below. The Princess's Dream of Magic Ship. By last, we have the episode The Princess's Dream of Magic Ship from season 5. This episode really touches some deep themes like guilt and consciousness, focusing on Princess Luna and her dark past as Nightmare Moon. Although this is an important matter, some fans thought that the way it was threatened could be poorly interpreted by children, especially about self-sabotage and mental health. The representation of Luna's guilt feeling that she manifested in a dream is a powerful monster, a heavy subject to younger audiences. This raised the discussion about if the series needs to present such a complex theme to to such young people. And that's true, right? Leave the children with no identity crisis, please. What a cruelty. So these were the 10 episodes of My Little Pony that in my opinion caused a lot of controversy. Some were altered, others just remained the same, generating controversy, and you can still watch them on YouTube and give your opinion about it. Comment down below if you already knew about the polemics in the series. Thanks a lot for watching till here and hasta la vista!